Urban property. Shifting preferences in the UK. Right, let's get straight into it. Urban living in the UK? It's not what it used to be. Seriously, I remember showing city flats in 2016 where buyers were practically elbowing each other to get in. Now, the vibe has shifted drastically. Why? Well, buckle up. It's a mix of post-pandemic wake-up calls, remote work becoming the norm, and don't even get me started, the cost of living crisis. I've had buyers tell me they just can't see the point of paying £2,000 a month for a shoebox with a balcony the size of a biscuit tin. Let's break this down a bit. The Great Suburban Rebellion and then the urban comeback, sort of. During lockdowns, everyone scrambled to escape the cities. Gardens became gold dust. People swapped Peckham for Petersfield and didn't look back. I had one client ditch their sleek Docklands apartment for a 4-bed in Hertfordshire. Said they'd never return to London unless it came with free parking and a dog park. But, a bit of FOMO crept back in. Once things opened up, some urban areas, especially those with character, started seeing renewed interest. I recently sold a quirky 2-bed in Manchester's northern quarter. Exposed brick, warehouse windows, the works, to a couple relocating from Kent. Their reason? We missed the buzz. Still, it's not a full rebound. It's more selective. Young professionals still want to be in the city, but now they're pickier than ever. Walkability? Essential. Coffee shops? Non-negotiable. Poor broadband? Instant deal breaker. Flats are fine, but they need to work harder. Let's talk about flats. Inner city apartments used to sell like Greg's sausage rolls on a cold morning. Now, only if they've got something extra. A balcony? Yes, please. Dual aspect windows? Jackpot. Dedicated workspace? Absolutely. That little box room you used to shove your ironing board in? It better fit a desk and have natural light, or buyers walk. Honestly, the number of viewings I've done where buyers ask, "Where would I take Zoom calls?" tells you everything. I had a young buyer turn down a gorgeous 1-bed in Camden simply because the Wi-Fi signal was poor in the lounge. Leaseholds and service charges, the new red flags. Here's where things get juicy. Leasehold turns and service charges are under a magnifying glass right now. I used to gloss over those bits during viewings. Now buyers practically interrogate me about ground rents. Can you blame them? Some service charges are creeping up to $3,000 a year and offering. One buyer actually walked out of a viewing halfway through when she found out the flat didn't come with a share of freehold. Didn't even look at the kitchen. Sustainability and urban greening. You wouldn't believe how often buyers ask about energy efficiency these days. EPC rating C or above is practically standard now if you want strong offers. Had a couple in Bristol who chose a slightly smaller flat purely because it had solar panels and a green roof. We want a future-proof, they said. Smart thinking. And urban developments with communal gardens, bike storage, and heat pumps flying off the shelves. Developers are catching on finally, sort of. 5. The rental tug-of-war. For renters, the urban squeeze is real. Demand's up, supply's tight, and rents are climbing. Fast. In my patch in South London, I've seen 1-bed rents jump by 20% since last summer. And let me tell you, it ain't because the property's got any nosa, but landlords are being pickier too. One landlord I work with now insists on 6 months rent up front for international tenants. It's getting wild. Yet despite the madness, renters still gravitate towards urban centers. Proximity to work, even if it's hybrid, nightlife, transport links, they still matter. A lot. 6. The 20-minute neighborhood is having a moment. You've probably heard this term thrown around lately. The idea is that everything you need, groceries, doctor, coffee, gym, mates, is within a 20-minute walk a cycle. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, buyers think so too. I had someone from Edinburgh say, "I want to live in a place where I don't need to touch my car all week." That's the new bar. Urban villages, walkability, good local vibes, that's what's selling. Regeneration zones are the dark horses. Here's a secret, not so secret tip. Areas undergoing regeneration are hot. Buyers are gambling on future value. Think Bark in Riverside in East London or Mayfield in Manchester. I've had investors practically begging for off-plan access. Why? Prices are still somewhat affordable. The infrastructure's improving, and a lifestyle appeal is growing. Throw in a cross-rail connection, and bam, gold mine. So where's it all going? Urban preferences aren't disappearing. They're evolving. Buyers and tenants want more. More space, more flexibility, more green. More value. The days of location still matter, but now it's also lifestyle, layout, and light. If you're marketing urban property right now, lead with benefits. Show how the space works for hybrid work. Highlight low running costs. Brag about proximity to artisan bakeries. Seriously, sourdough sells. And remember, every buyer is bringing their own version of ideal urban life to the table. Your job? Help them see it in the property you're showing. Even if it's just a one bed with a big window and a killer coffee shop downstairs. That's the new urban dream.